God, why is my connectivity so shit right now? It's like really bad. I have no idea why. Hold on, everybody. I'm gonna take a look at something. Like, it's really bad. Is there fucking something running in the background? Oh, you son of a bitch. It just, yeah, it just jumped up. Oh, but it's going back down again. What the fuck? Sorry if anybody watching this is it's not coming through properly. Something's going on here. My connectivity is pretty weak right now, and I have no idea why. It's like fluctuating really terribly. Let's see. No, there's nothing out of the ordinary running on the PC. So, let's see. Okay, there we go, that's better. Something was happening. I'm still dropping frames like crazy, though. And I have 0 viewers, so... I need to... Need to link my YouTube audience. Close both of those and then just make a post on YouTube. There we go. There we go. Okay. Okay, well, she's live now. Don't know why my fucking... going down so hard. Like, why my stream is going so shit. It says I'm going below, like, 1,000 kilobits per second. Like, it's fluctuating or something. Whatever. Glad I spent like 5 minutes getting that stuff set up. If anybody is there, thanks for stopping by. Doing some more Pokemon. Let's go Pikachu. Now, for those of you who voted on the poll, if you're wondering why this game, well, there was a tie between this and Star Fox 2. And my rule with ties is tie goes to the runner, or in this case, me. Since I'm running the game, I guess you could say. I'm not speed running, but I'm running through it. You know what I mean? In any case, I decided we're going to play more of this. And let's see. Oh, wait, you know what? Did I don't think I did. Hold on. Where's the key items? I had the Sith scope. Oh, you know what? Yeah, I have to go do that, don't I? Yeah, I have to do the Pokemon Tower now. Oh, I gotta go up here. But now I can get easy access through here, which is nice. Right, because you need it to get through. I think I followed each. Yeah, I have. Oh, damn it! He found something. No. What did you find, Hitmonchan? What did you find, Zeromaster? What did you find, buddy? Yeah. Silver Panap Berry. Oh, fuck, that'll be sweet. Okay, well, that's pretty cool. Let's, oh, I can't go that way. Let's make our way back to Lavender Town. I probably could have done this off screen, to be honest. But I didn't, so there's that. Now, I know I don't need to heal my Pokemon, but I always just like when I get into a city, use the Pokemon Center. That way, if I can just teleport or dig or anything, I can, not that those things work the same way in this game anyways, but it's an easy way for me to get out quick if I need to. Man, it must be a busy Tuesday night. That or nobody actually knows I'm streaming. Unless it's not actually Tuesday. No, today's Tuesday. Well, yesterday also was a holiday. For most people. I had to work. Which sucked, but I had to work. Oh, hey, a cutscene. God, what is going on with my connection? Like, Discord is dropping, my stream is going down to, like, no frames. Like, no kilobits per second. What the hell's going on? Nothing's running. I'm sorry if this stream looks really terrible tonight, guys. I have no idea what's going on. Okay, so let's see. So let's see. He has Thunder Punch, Ice Punch, and Fire Punch, which is nice. He has Crunch. Nah, he has Slam, Green, Heck, Bite. Okay. So I think it's gonna make the most sense to put CJ out in front. Actually, Benny needs some training, so we'll put him there. And what we'll do is we'll switch to Urboxer with Oni. There we go. Okay, so let's see. Ah, dear God! Alright. Let's do it. Oh yeah, all the trainers who are lost their Pokemon. Okay, seriously. Why am I losing frames so rapidly? Like, it's like every couple of minutes I'm losing frames. Well, good thing I had the self-scope. Oh, okay, cool. You want to give me some? Oh, whatever. I'll go up to the next floor. There's ghasts everywhere. Oh, no. And then just magically, they're all... they're all, like, Pokemons now. That's crazy. Those are actually Pokemon. Of course, that Haunter that was just there is not there anymore. Let's fight some of these guys, though. I feel like I got a Pokemon with dark moves. I'll be able to deal dark damage. Yeah, it just must be a busy night. That or nobody cares when I'm playing. Ghastly, I'll keep that one. Oh, now I do have a viewer. Sweet. Okay. For those just tuning in now, you didn't miss much. Literally just started the Lavender Tower here for reals this time. This legal grew level 35. Sweet. Spirit left. I remember to get some evolution stones when I go back to Silverado. Oh hey, a Ghastly. Might as well catch one of them right here. I'm gonna go to Pokeballs. Save my Great Balls for something greater. I mean my Ultra Balls. For something a little more Ultra. Oh man, that wasn't a very good throw. You suck, Ghastly. There we go, I got a grade on that one. Oh, great. Wow, this Ghastly does not want to get caught. Okay. Nice. There. Wow. Wow, that sucked. The whole ring was practically wide. Ah, Ghastly ran away. Whatever, there'll be a lot more. Wow, what the hell is going on? Oh, hey, Haunter. And this one's, blue, so that was... Oh, it's tiny. Okay. Still, it's a Haunter, so I'm gonna go ahead and use a Raspberry. And I'll switch back into my Ultra Boost. When they go off to the side there. It's a lot harder to catch them when they go off to the side. Oh, come on. Nice. Ah. Really? Oh. You're moving literally the moment I throw it. That's not even fair, Haunter. That sucked too. You don't play this game for a while and you get rusty. Oh, but I caught it. Yeah. Alright, the party gained some experience. Ooh, Pupper's almost, CJ is almost up to level 34. Alright. Tucked Haunter away. Oh, Cubone. Do I have one of those? I don't know. Let's use some Pokeballs on this thing. Wow, I wasn't even throwing that way. What the hell, game? Caught him one ball. Well, one of... you know what I mean. Not like, it dodged one. Yes, CJ leveled up to level 34! Alright. Family Pokedex. Cubone. Tuck Cubone away into Brax. Okay. So, let's see. There's an item here. I'm gonna have to fight this Chandler first. Kiki Kwa. Alright. Alright, Chandler Curly. Show me what you got. Just a ghastly. I'm aghast at that. I know I'm not funny. Alright. I did it. That's only... She had one ghastly? Jeez. At least I got a super potion out of it. Okay. There's another channeler up there that I want to fight. She's also guarding an item. Alright. Hey, Oni.
Just you?
Just me. You're actually the first person to show up.
Building my master grade that I was never supposed to get.
What do you mean wasn't supposed to get?
I had ordered a high-grade O Gundam, and the third-party seller didn't send me that. They sent me another Gunpla I wanted, but I put it on the back burner. So after back and forth, and thanks to Amazon, Amazon just pretty much said, fuck it, keep it. Just order you another one down the road of the one you wanted. So I am basically building my Valentine's gift that Lydia basically got me.
Cool.
Master Grade version 2.0 Shars Zakuto.
There. Stop moving gas again.
Also, are we ever expect a review of Gundam Breaker? No!
What's going on?
Why would I?
Well, maybe one day.
Also, hi, Lydia. Good thing.
Yay!
Yeah, because you can't play nothing else.
Honey, please don't be bitter.
Oh god, a Golbat.
Ooh, yay! No, Golbats are bad unless you can get Crobat.
Well, they're good for experience.
That too.
Remember, he's
Crobat's
playing,
awesome. I love Crobat.
Crobat's great.
he's playing Let's Go Pikachu, and he's
Aha!
battle wild Pokemon.
I know, but like, I still like Pokemon.
This game's actually really fun. Yeah, I'm leveled up! Alright. Alright, so, let's see. My team's actually getting pretty even here now, even though I just got Hitmonchan. For some reason, my connection's been doing a weird thing tonight. Like, my stream will stay at, like, close to, like, 3 megabits a second, and then it will just drop down to, like, 600 kilobits a second. I'm like, what the fuck's going on? It seems to be steady now, for the most part, but I don't know what was going on there. Oh my god, a Chansey.
Oh, I love Chansey. Those are good for experience.
You can catch Chanseys in here?
Yep.
Babies first. Pokemon.
No, baby's
Okay,
first
so I'm a
Pokemon
baby.
would be
Me.
Pokemon Red or Blue.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, my first Pokemon game I ever played was actually Yellow, so...
Mine was Red. And my brother never fight over it because, wow, that only took one throw to catch it. Nice. Wow, 3 of my Pokemon leveled up from that because I got 1,500 fucking experience points. Wow.
Yeah, when you're grinding, like when you're playing a normal Pokemon game, chances are really good for experience points.
Yeah. And okay. All right. Let's see. There's another item here. Teleport. Ooh. Now, I know teleport and dig work differently in this game, so I think it's just good for running away from stuff. That's
yeah, it's mostly utilitarian or something. I don't know. I think I'm using that word correctly.
I don't know. I don't English.
Me not English good.
Me fail English? That impossible.
You use old Simpsons joke? That's impossible.
Hey, I feel like it might cause Blondie or Essier's ears to burn. Right, Bernie? Do I hear a Simpsons joke?
These motherfuckers tell old Simpsons jokes.
Like, I must interject!
Speaking of jokes, I've gotten a couple comments on my new review because of the ending song. People are like, and they're like, JoJo has ruined me because of this song. I'm like, yes, you can never look at Jadeshi the same again, or Jodeci, or whatever the fuck his name is.
I think Jodeci's the name of the band, isn't it?
Maybe it is a band. Maybe it is a group. I don't know.
I think so. I think it's like an early 90s R&B group.
Yeah, something like that.
Yeah.
Their number one hit, Freakin' You, is the ending theme to the current JoJo anime. So, and I use it for the end of my current review because of the way it is.
Ah, okay.
I reviewed Galgun, so yeah. This is good training for the Bimmy here. He needs the training. He's lagging behind. Ooh, it wants to learn Toxic. Is this legal? Wants to learn Toxic.
I wouldn't care. I would still use it.
Do I want to get rid of Stun Split?
Ooh, it's not, if you're catching, if it was an old game, if it was like one of the earlier gens, then yeah, I'd keep Stun Spore.
Yeah, Toxic actually might do better in this game, so I think I'm gonna replace Stun Spore with Toxic. Plus, getting badly poisoned is a lot worse than getting paralyzed.
Yeah.
Because you take double the damage, so. Yeah, there we go. I think the only move I need left on the list for him is Solar Beam? I can't remember.
Oh, nice.
I can't remember, I gotta check. Unless he's got... Oh, Pedal Dance, right. I almost forgot about that.
Oh, Pedal Dance. It's like, yeah, that's a risky move, but it's a good move.
Yeah, that's one I definitely want to get. Oh no, ghosts!
Oh, near the ghosts.
Spooky ghosts.
They're so spoopy. Alright, what the fuck? Okay. Why just... Oh! She saw me.
Oh, she's by me. OS!
She saw me. Oh no, we must battle. Those are the rules.
The Family Guy joke. I'm not remove the towel. Remove the towel. Oh, I've been spotted.
Oh,
Fucking Sucker Punch. Yeah, I bit you. I don't know how I bit a ghost, but I did it. Now you're dead.
Because it's a dark type move. But it's like, yeah, like, that always confused me. I get the typing, but how the hell is dark that not a physical attack?
I think they added dark because they really screwed up psychic types in the first generation, and they didn't want to make that mistake twice.
Yeah, first gen it was like mostly because they were also crossed with poison. So
yeah. Well, the other problem is that psychic types, ghost moves didn't technically work properly against psychic Pokemon. They're supposed to be super effective, but they weren't.
Yeah.
It's like, it's one of the mistakes they couldn't fix when they brought it over to North America.
Yeah.
I'm glad they fixed some of the other mistakes, like the Pokedex bug.
Yeah.
Though, I'm curious to see on my copy of Pokemon Green if I can get it to work.
That'd be nice. It's like, I never played Green. I was like, again, my first game was actually Yellow.
Yeah. Well, Red and Green originally didn't come over here. They came out in '95, and there were some game-breaking bugs. So when they were looking to port it to the West, they figured, hey, we'll release Blue version in Japan, and then we'll just give English-speaking gamers Red and Blue versions based on the new revision. And then they revised it again for Yellow.
Yeah.
And then added features.
And weren't the sprites really weird in Green?
Yeah, the sprites were different in each version of the game. Like Red and Green had different sprites.
Uh-huh.
And some of them didn't match like the TV show or anything, and some of them were like just really disturbing.
Oh god, Golbat, the one with Golbat, I'm like, good god, no.
Like, I know a lot of the ones in the version we got originally didn't match the show or the cards either, but they still were less nightmare-inducing. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Is this stream showing up okay, by the way?
Oh man, I'd have to go back in there. Give me a sec.
Ha! Excellent. Got him.
Yay, ghosts! Yeah, the stream showed up fine.
Okay, good. Because, yeah, like I said earlier, it was dipping below 1,000 kilobits per second. I'm like, what the fuck is going on? I don't know. Okay, so... I'm gonna fight you. Oh, they changed her, dialogue. She says, give me all your... Or give me your all. And it used to be, give me blood, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah, I remember that. I was like, what the hell? Yeah, why did the town always give me the creeps? Didn't one of them at some point say, I want flesh or something? I don't remember.
Something like that, yeah.
Oh, I didn't know Marilyn
Like, whoa!
in the game.
Yeah.
Or give me your flesh, I think is one of them.
There we go, give me your flesh. I'm like, okay.
Alright, just let's battle with your two ghost Pokemon and we'll get this over with.
And to be fair, at that point when that popped up in the game, I'm like, I would pass that off to my sister, because we would trade off. It's like, if I got stuck at a level or something, I'd give it to her, and then we'd like, pass it around.
Yeah, my, when I originally got my Game Boy, I probably told this story before, when I originally got my Game Boy, I got Pokemon Red, and my brother got Operation C, which, Operation C is a really good game, but it is not Pokemon. So, we fought over Pokemon all the time. And so the first time I played through the game, I had to share it with my brother, so I didn't get very far. And then for his birthday, he got Pokemon Blue, and then there was no more fighting.
Oh god.
Then I eventually bought myself a copy of Pokemon Blue later down the line. When I was still a kid, because I saved up my birthday money and stuff. And my brother had played Pokemon Blue so much that his battery had completely died, and this was before we knew how to switch them. And so he had sold. He had gotten rid of his. I think he sold his copy of Pokemon Blue in like a garage sale or something. And we warned the people who bought it, like, you can't save the game. They're like, it's fine, whatever. I guess they probably knew how to change the battery. Either way, like, I knew that he had played the game to death because the label was completely gone from the front of his game.
Wow.
Like, he had taken it in and out of his Game Boy so many times.
Yeah.
So, eventually he's like, I want Pokemon back. I'm like, well, I have Pokemon Blue. You know, I'll trade you something. I can't remember what I traded him for, but I traded him a copy of Blue. So, he still had Yellow because we both got Yellow as well. But he wanted to play Blue. He's like, oh man, I want to play Blue again.
It's like, Pikachu sucks. I don't want to play anymore.
I like the fact that in Red and Blue you could catch Pikachu in like the Viridian Forest.
Yeah, like that was always like when I played Leaf Green, I would always like try to find Pikachu. I'm like, I'm gonna need him later.
I remember all the early sprites too, because the first time we discovered it, because we saw that, I think the first was like, oh, Pikachu, why is he fat?
That always confused me. I'm like, what the hell?
Because his sprites, in Red and Blue are, he's fat.
Yeah. I'm like, that doesn't look like Pikachu. I'm gonna still catch it though.
There are.
This bad son of a bitch thinks he's the best Pokemon in the world. You just calm down. He's fat.
What was I gonna say? I actually had when they released the. I think they realized their mistake because they released little figurines, and I had like 3 or 4 different Pikachu's, and one was a fat Pikachu that looked more like the sprite.
Yeah.
And then as time went on, they just kind of slimmed Pikachu up a little bit.
Yeah. It's like, I kind of got into Pokemon like kind of a little bit later than most, because I think I was like starting like 8th grade, like, well, my second year of 8th grade, but I sort of got into it because of like a relative of one of my mother's boyfriends, and she was like a younger kid, so it's like, I was like, oh cool, this is neat. And that's when I got into Pokemon, and then I think my sister and I got this Game Boy Color, and then we got a cartridge of Yellow, and we started playing that. So we got into it a little bit late. She walked away from it, but I didn't.
That was a mistake.
Ha 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 ha.
I could teach Growlithe to play rough, but it's a good move, but so many good moves.
Yeah, what do you have on your Growlithe besides that?
Well, he has Crunch, Flamethrower, Outrage, and Dig.
Ooh, yeah, those are good moves.
I mean, fuck, I kind of don't want to get rid of Dig with him. I mean, if I want it back, I can always reteach it to him, but Play Rough is kind of a good move, too.
Well, out of all 4 of those moves, which one is the least useful?
I guess, like, technically, out of all the moves I have here, Dig takes a couple of turns. And I guess I can always reteach it to him if I really want him to have it again. So you know what? I'm gonna switch out Dig for Play Rough.
Alright. It's not a bad move.
I see what you did there.
Yeah. I make good with wordplay.
I make good with words sometimes, yes. Alright, Ghastly. Get out of here. Get out of here. Go home. Get out of here. Alright, there we go. Alright. Oh, dang it. Another trainer. Zombies? What?
What?
She just said zombies.
I think that is that the one that replaces I need your flesh or something?
Maybe.
What? Look, zombies! Where? Are we watching The Walking Dead?
Zombies.
Kill it! Oh no, they're already dead.
Haha. Take that, ghost. If I'm lucky, I might be able to get through all of self-code tonight. Look through to do that. Well, we'll see. I'm getting through Lavender Tower right now, so. Alright. Beat you. Good. Alright. And I'll heal myself. The Purified Protected.
Did you already go to Celadon and get the Sylph Scope?
Yes, I did. That's what we did last time.
Oh, okay. Alright, yeah, I kind of forgot.
It's been a while, yeah. Alright, so that's a big. Oh, he's not a big hunter. I thought he was. I got excited for like a split second.
Hunter! It always bugs me that I can never get Gengar because that's a trait evolution and it bugs me.
Yeah. I mean, I had a brother who also had a Game Boy, and then when I got we would trade each other all the time to get stuff. We would do the.
Oh yeah, so yeah, the whole trading thing wasn't a problem.
I loved how in the early games you could trade as early as getting the Pokedex. So my brother and I would always be like, "All right, I'm gonna get myself all 3 starters, and then we'll get you all 3 starters." We did that for, oh man, we did that up until X and Y we did that.
Oh wow.
Like that would be a regular routine. I want all the starters. I want all the starters. I know what we're gonna do. Though
I think
actually,
nowadays the people who do that actually just have to hatch eggs and then freaking they get a starter if they're lucky.
yeah. I think that's actually what I do with Black and White. One of my friends who's all into breeding, she just breeded a ton of the same Pokemon. And I'm like, I want one. She's like, well, you can have one of the ones that hatch that I don't want. I'm like, okay, cool. I'll take your leftovers, sure.
I mean, usually you get lucky. Usually they get the hidden ability, and it's like, oh, sweet, all right.
Yeah, that's true. Something fell out. Fell out of what?
Of your butt.
Oh, that one doesn't want to battle me? Huh. Oh, no, she just somehow didn't spot me. What? I walked right by her.
Okay.
I'm heavily confused.
Almost like you were hit with a Confuse Ray.
Don't even get me started on Confuse Ray.
Oh, I hate that move.
Bam! Another Ghastly down. Honestly, this part of the game is not very exciting. Yay, Oni leveled up to level 37.
Yay!
They're starting to wonder if his level up in the Discord would go faster than the level up and... Ah! Then Hunter. Oh, I'm so surprised. You're going to send out another Ghastly.
Almost like there's only one type of ghost-type Pokemon in this game.
Yep.
That's why I'm glad that they, like, added more ghost types in the other gens.
Yeah.
Like, after Gen 3.
Yeah, second gen didn't add that many.
No.
There's Misdrevious.
Yeah. Oh, I love Misdrevious. And that Miss Magius. I can't say that.
Oh, the evolution? Yeah, I trained one once.
Yeah. I love the little hat. It's like...
It's got no hat.
If I find like a dust stone, it's like I named a male Misdrevious Gandalf because I know if I get a Miss Magius, he'll have the Gandalf hat.
That's awesome. Fly, you fools!
It's Gandalf the Purple.
Go back to the shadow!
But yeah, it's like Gen 3 actually is one of like the ghost types there are actually some of my favorites. Dust Skull's like a little freaky.
Yeah, they added some cool ones in 3rd gen.
Yeah, Dust Skull, and then Dusclops, its evolution, and then they had to add I think it's Gen 4 or 5 where they added Dust Noir.
Oh.
I think, I don't remember if I'm remembering that correctly. And then there was Bennett, or Shuppet first, and then its evolution of Bennett. That's a creepy looking Pokemon.
Yeah. I actually like the newer, oh, cutscene. Oh no, it's a ghost.
It's a ghost.
It's a good dead guy. I'm gonna look at you with my binoculars. Little brother there with binoculars on. It might be creepy, but in the 90s, it's alright. Cause I'm wearing my puka shell necklace tonight. Puka shell necklace tonight. I'm gonna make you jizz koozie with me tonight. Fucking H3. I'm singing about bad 90s pop songs while Cubon's mother's disappearing.
Aww.
Dear God, I don't want to leave Cubone alone like this. I'm glad I called my character
God,
that.
I wish there was an option to like just take Cubone with you. Honestly, Cubone's like the saddest of the Pokemon. It's like it wears his mother's skull on his head. It's like, oh, that's sad.
It's just a depressing Pokemon.
Yeah, a lot of the Pokemon entries are either creepy or sad. Sometimes both. You can tell somebody at Game Freak has way too much time on their hands.
Well, I mean, one of the other things they had to change in the before they ported, or not ported, but brought Pokemon over to the West was the original Lavender Town theme was
Oh yeah, Lavender Town Syndrome or something like that.
Yeah, it had a high pitched sound that apparently made some
suicides.
something like that. Yeah.
Ugh.
Which I don't know how much of that I believe.
A ton of creepypastas.
Yeah. Which I don't know how much of that I actually believe, but the music is just... I just find it annoying listening to the original Lavender Town music. Because it's so high-pitched.
Yeah, like, I'm glad they changed it in Johto when you go into Lavender Town. It's like, oh, this is pleasant. And not at all terrifying.
Not at all. Alright, I get to fight Jesse and James again.
Prepare for trouble! And I'm not doing the whole bit.
Go, Bimmy and CJ. Alright. These guys aren't going to stand a chance. Hey, they're not going to stand a ghost of a chance.
Puns.
There we go. Fucking Arbok and Glare.
Oh gosh. I like the design of Arbok, but I never ran with one because it's like not good typing for me. I like poison types, but yeah.
Poison types just like got annihilated up until like 4th or 5th gen because they were all friggin'. Because psychic types are just way too strong against them.
Yeah, and then like there were a few more ground types, and it's like you have a ground type move, boom, there goes your poison type.
Yeah, and everybody has a Pokemon with at least a psychic move or a ground move. So it's like.
Yeah, so yeah.
Yeah.
I never ran with an Arbok, so. Even though I do like snakes, so.
Oh, are you watching something, buddy?
Oh, sorry. I thought I had it on mute. Sorry.
You were muted. Outrage! Okay. Oh no, he's confused.
Step out of it, man!
Oh man, he's poison too. Shit. Alright.
Do you have any antidotes?
I do, but we're nearly done this, so I'm not gonna bother.
Oh, okay.
We're gonna save them for when I actually need them. Alright, Tyler Boxer. Let's use, see how well your Dizzy Punch works.
You know what's funny? When I first started playing the games, I thought the poison when you're poisoned and you're walking with your Pokemon, when the screen glitched, I thought the game glitched when I first played. I'm like, shit, what'd I do?
Well, it is a pretty intense effect.
Yeah, I'm like, what the hell did I do? Okay, and then I would save, and it's like, hand it back to my sister. Fix this! Then she just heal up the Pokemon, and it's like, there, it's working now. I'm like, what the hell did I do?
What an entrance.
Sorry,
Okay.
Okie dokie.
body.
Okay, let's see.
Awesome.
Get another Dizzy Punch. And use Dig with Nightman. At least Nightman still has a Dig.
Shame you can't catch Vulpix in this game, because if that's the case, I would have liked to have a Pokemon named after me. But I like Vulpix.
Yeah, unfortunately, I'm not doing any trading for this playthrough, but I have in my other file. My other file I caught all the Pokemon, so.
Oh, okay.
The first time I've done that since
nice.
my original playthrough of Red back when I was a kid. Caught all 151, and I'm proud of myself for it, because I did it. And like less than half the time I would have done it as a kid, because it took me forever when I was a kid.
Mm-hmm.
So many trades. There's that. Actually, how I got my first Mew was kind of a funny story. There's this one kid who went to the Pokemon Center in New York.
Mm-hmm.
Lukaku looks completely exasperated. All right. I will give you a pat on the head. On the hat.
Aww.
On the hat. There we go. So this one kid got, at my school, had a Mew. And he got it to level 100. Well, we all knew the cloning trick, so we just cloned it to all the other kids. So we all had official Mews, and I cloned it to myself several times so I could have one as an HM slave and one that I wanted the moves I wanted it to know. I think I still have a clone of that Mew somewhere.
Oh.
Yes. Got the Pokeflute. Alright. Alright, Lavender Tower done. Alright, so I have an option now. I can go Awake Snorlax, or I could start Silphco.
I say wake the Snorlax.
Wake the Snorlax?
Mm-hmm.
Wouldn't be a
So
bad
we
idea.
wake the Zeromaster.
We wake the Bork Laser.
You get. I can't.
Only because I'm more attached to Pokemon. Sorry.
No, not that.
He's mad because he's banned from talking about wrestling while I stream.
Oh yes, laugh at my fucking misery. Fucking
Aww.
bitch.
It's just a joke, man.
I can make as many fucking wrestling jokes as I fucking want. Considering what happened in the last couple of days, I think I'm allowed it.
Yeah, he's had a bit of a rough couple days.
Oh. So that's why
Yeah,
you're kind of cranky.
Yeah, I'm not gonna get into it live. I'll get into it private. Anyway.
Jesus.
Yeah, he drank his soda.
Why'd you tell him?
Was I not supposed to? I'm sorry.
It's fine. That
I
was
don't
my
care.
fault. I'm going back on my diet next week. I'm just... For the last month, ever since bronchitis, I shouldn't have showered. I'm sorry. I am the
Sorry.
worst fiance in the world.
Honey, it's fine. You're kind of not feeling well. It's okay.
Did I really lose that damn...
Oh.
Be right back.
Alright,
Lost the
Okie
keys.
dokie.
alright. It's time to wake a Snorlax. Actually, yes, I do want to use the Pokeflute. I love how it looks like a recorder in this game.
I know. Like it usually looks like a recorder with a Pokeball on it. So
Yeah, that's what it looks like.
I kind of like that design.
Snorlax is looking at you, and it looks hungry.
It's going to eat you. Oh crap!
Feed me more!
Feed me more Magikarps. Oh wait, they have no
Okay,
meat.
so
Never mind.
I think this is the first time they show off the capturing mechanic where you have to actually fight the Pokemon.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, this only happens a few times in the game, sadly, and there's a time limit. You only have 5 minutes. So
Oh, so you get to fight the Snorlax this time? You
Yeah.
get to fight a wild Pokemon? Wow! What a concept!
Honey.
hey,
it's
Oni,
okay.
you know there's 7 other generations of games you can play where you can do
I
that.
was being sarcastic!
Were you? God, he's licking me. Ew.
Ew, cooties.
Okay, this thing's level 34 too. I thought it'd be level 30.
Yes, it's like, why is it so high level?
Oh my god, Total Boxer's gonna die if I'm not careful. Alright, so I'm gonna switch Pokemon. Let's see. I'll say it is just leave on poison. Yeah, and if the time limit does run out, you don't get a chance to catch it, which sucks.
Oh, that does suck.
But luckily, Snorlax was another one, so it's not a big deal if I don't catch this one.
Yeah, like, yeah, that always was good when, if you miss catching one Snorlax, you get the other one.
He looks like he gets tickled by Razor.
That hurts me. Ow.
Razor Leaf. God damn it, he used rest again.
Oh, that's annoying.
I bet the same. Half the time's already gone by. You have to be careful.
Catch it, fool!
Oh, use Yawn? You son of a bitch. Alright, I'm gonna try using Toxic. Hopefully it doesn't immediately try to do it, so. Hopefully it tries to take the bait and attack my Pokemon.
God, you're
Yeah.
boring me.
Okay, so. Okay, let's switch Pokemon again. And we'll send out. Send out. Zip Zap.
Zip, zap, zip it up.
Make it zap.
Ooh, his health is really low. Thunderbolt might be enough for us. Yes, let's do it. Yes!
Woo!
I got it in the time. So now, once you lower its health all the way down, you can get a chance to capture it. This one's tiny.
Oh, nice.
Huh. Okay, I'm gonna give it a raspberry to make it easier to catch.
Raspberry. Yeah, I have a really bad Carol Channing.
Wow! I caught it in one ball. Damn.
I'm picking the glass in my head.
Damn.
Tell me, am I bleeding?
3 of my Pokemon leveled up from that.
Nice.
Alright. We caught ourselves a Snarlix. 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 Alright.
Snorlax.
Snorlax.
Oh
the
my
lazy
dear God!
fuck.
That was impressive. Alright.
Snorlax, the lazy fuck Pokemon.
Okay, so we caught the Snorlax, so what I think I might do is, it might not make sense to start Silph right now. Maybe I'll go through what the biker area is now. So, to anybody watching, something people might have realized is that there's no bike in this game. And there really isn't any need to, because you can ride on certain Pokemon. Fortunately, none of my Pokemon are big enough that I can ride. Gyarados I can ride on water, but I don't have any big enough Pokemon to ride on, unless I take Onix out of the box, but I don't really want to use Onix, so. Besides, the movement speed is a lot better than it's been in other games, so I'm not too worried about it. So they actually changed Cycling Road to something else. And we'll see here in a second what it has become. There's also a little thing where if you ride on the back of a flying Pokemon, you can fly right over the next area, like just hover over everything basically, and you can avoid all the trainer battles and stuff. So, at first I thought it was a glitch, and then I realized, oh no, you're supposed to be able to do this. But now I can also get Fly, or the equivalent of Fly in this game. And oh, thanks, Hydration Bot.
Hail hydrate.
Hail hydrate.
Hail hydrate. Hail hydrate.
Okay, calm down. It sounds like something else.
Yeah.
So.
Hail Hydra. Fuck you! Captain America.
Oh dear, you found my secret retreat. Please don't tell me in here. I'll make it up to you with this. Okay, you get TM14 Fly. Okay. So you actually get... Okay. So you do get Fly a different way. I forgot about that.
Oh, okay.
That's okay. I'll fight this biker gang dudes. Even though there's no biking in this one. What do you want?
How the hell did you get a bike when I can't get a bike? Shut up.
Because I have reasons.
Because shut up, freak.
Because I have main pro tag privileges.
You're not a pro tag.
Everyone's a pro tag of their own story.
Yeah.
And then they lose.
Yeah, that's true.
That's an Onyx knows Earthquake. That's slightly dangerous. And it keeps going first. But I'm doing enough damage where I'll probably win. Yeah. Yes, okay.
How's the head of a Master Grade bigger than...
Alright. But he's a muck? Alright.
Muck.
You can't just let things run amok.
Okay, I'm gonna be quite honest. So far, I've just started on the head of a Master Grade of the soccer.
Yeah.
I am
It was a happy accident then.
Yes, it was.
You know, when I get the money, I think I'm gonna buy more Master Grades of the Zaku line, see how I can do with it. It's a happy little
Fire. Oh, Muck's still alive. Oh, really? Now you use Disable? You suck. You suck, Muck. It's okay, I have other moves. Like Headbutt.
Stop headbutting the sludge.
Ah, it flinched and it couldn't move.
How?
I don't know. That's a very good question. But whatever. Okay. I seriously need to go heal my Pokemon up after that fight. Alright, so... Oh, there's an item up there. What's this? PP up? That's a useful item.
Nice.
Those
Okay.
are things you can't even do the buying with.
damn, I gotta dig in here for matehead. Fuck.
Oh, so something that I thought was interesting is my EB Games started collecting like really high quality like statues, and they sell them for like nothing.
Oh,
Like,
really? Nice.
they had a
What
bunch.
high quality are we talking about?
Well, these are like they're like really high quality, just for comparison, like these statues were about the quality of the statues I'd normally see at Anime North, like the big ones that they sell for like $60+, and they were selling them for $30 a piece.
Oh, cool.
They had a ton of Dragon Ball ones, most of them being Goku, with different hair colors. With different hair colors, but they also, I saw in the corner of my eye, a Lancia figure from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. I'm like, wait, you guys got JoJo statues? They're like, well, that's the only one we have right now. We could pre-order you one. I'm like, what ones are available? They're like, well, only ones from Part 5 are available right now.
Never have I ever wanted to be in my life.
So I, unfortunately, they only had 2 available for pre-order. So what I decided to do is I decided to pre-order a Giorno figure, and the one they had was really high quality too, and it was only $30. So I was like, damn. Like, for once merchandise from like EB/GameStop that's actually a good deal. I was like, damn, that's doesn't happen that often. I actually considered getting one of the Gokus because they had a Ultra Instinct Goku and a Super Saiyan Blue Goku as well, and they were really well done. But I was like, I already bought 2 games, so I was like, maybe I'll come back for one of these. But yeah, I was kind of shocked. So, and they're getting stuff that's a little, not just Dragon Ball, like not just the super popular stuff. Well, I guess JoJo's popular.
Oh
but...
yeah, they're supposed to be getting the Soul Chogokin Megazord too. Was it mine?
Sorry, what?
Yeah, the Soul Chogokin Megazord.
What?
Fucking really, dude?
Are you using the Sentai name?
No, not Daijujin. That's the name of the toy. Soul of Chogokin Megazord for $300.
Wow, well, that's still good.
Which one is that?
Kidding.
What the hell is Soul Chogokin?
Honey, type it out in the chat if you need to.
Is it the Thunder Megazord? Is it the Ninja Megazord?
It's the original! The original! The Dino!
Oh, the Megazord?
The Megazord!
Then why didn't you just say... Why didn't you just say the Mighty Morphin Megazord? Why did you have to go
Soul
all...
of Chogokin Mighty Morphin Megazord. Happy? Yeah,
but it's an American toy. Why are you using the Japanese name?
Because it was originally released in Japan.
Yeah, but we don't call the Pokemon by their original Japanese names.
Oh my god! Because that's what it says for the US too!
That's weird.
That's odd, but it's okay.
I don't know, because I checked the EB Games website listing, and it just says Mighty Morphin Legacy Megazord.
Okay, you know what? I'm gonna show you that for a second.
I won't be able to see it anyways. Because I'm streaming, I won't be able to open it up. But
Quick, somebody get some porn!
I mean, you can post it, well, if it has an image, you can post it in the chat, but... And I can...
What I'm gonna do is get the image.
Yeah, the Discord chat, I'll be able to see the preview of the image. That'll be good. Because, wait, is it the, it's not the Bandai, one, is it? Because I actually have that one. That's the smaller one?
Not the smaller one. It's a bigger version.
Okay.
I'm talking. This sucker is retailing for $300.
Oh, okay.
And I'm talking it. You know how I'm trying to get this right. So you know how when they originally released it and shit, it was all like bulky and shit, not barely any posability and stuff, but you were able to, you know, put it together, have it separately in 5.
Oh, you mean like the original plastic toy from the 90s?
Yes.
Yeah.
Except now it looks more articulate. You can still do that, but it has more articulation, and it looks show accurate.
So this isn't the Legacy line one.
Bingo.
The Legacy one's only like $100, and it's really good. I guess if people prefer the Sentai one, that's fine. But I am the original one that I got was well, I originally had the toy when I was a kid, like the toy one, and then before the Legacy line came out, I got the Japanese one that was a little smaller, but it still had all removable parts and shit. And the sword glowed.
Ooh, wow.
And then I bought and that one was like $80. And then I bought the Legacy one, and that was like $100. But the Legacy one's like made out of like metal, so it's heavy. Actually, on my desk for a while, I had the Legacy Dragon Zord and the Legacy Titanus. So I had the Mighty Morphin Ultra Zord on my desk for the longest time. It took up so much space. and my brother and I always made fun of this because the Titanus box, the way the text was spaced, it looked like it said tit anus.
There. I actually left the link in an image of the Soul Chogokin Megazord figure from Mighty Morphin Power Rangers. It is show accurate, fully articulated, combined mode, everything.
Holy shit! That
And
is awesome looking.
This thing is $300 fucking.
Yeah, that's a little much for me. I got the Legacy one, so I'm happy with that personally.
Oh god.
Because
A friend of mine up at GameStop wants me to pre-order this sucker because they're finally selling it. I'm like, are you gonna take me to dinner before you fuck me? But they're also going back to statues and continuing on with Power Rangers because this is top. I've already seen like a good bit of the Bandai, not the Hasbro line.
Oh wow.
And it looks pretty damn good. They actually have changeable heads.
Which one are you talking about?
The new Power Rangers Hasbro line.
Oh, the
Lightning, I think it was. I could be wrong too, so don't.
You're not talking about the Beast Morphers Megazord, are you?
No, not the Beast Morphers one. Because that actually has like the White Ranger, Tommy Oliver one with the changeable head.
Oh,
Dino Thunder.
Oh, the figures and stuff. Okay.
Yeah. And there's actually statues of the Power Rangers now. There's going for $50. The Green Ranger, White Ranger, and Red Ranger. I don't know if it's on GameStop's website yet, but they are pre-orderable. I'll have to show you when we get done with the stream.
Man, I wish we could order the premium Bandai stuff, because I want the, I bought a statue, a Kamen Rider O statue a long time ago, but it fell over and the foot broke off, and I was like, oh no, I like the statue.
I want to get a P Bandai myself.
And it wasn't really repairable. I mean, I could hot glue it, but it wasn't really repairable, so I had to get rid of it. I'm like, damn it. I mean, I didn't spend a lot of money on it. I got it on a super sweet deal. Like, it was like 80% off. So, it's not like I spent a ton of money on it, but it just sucks. I was like, I like that O statue. Okay. Doduo. Bro. Get in the ball. Or run away,
Get in the
fine,
ball.
whatever.
Get in the ball. Get in the ball. Get in the ball.
Or I could just run away like that. Sure, fine, whatever, don't do it. Don't ever ask
Aw.
for favors again.
I think one of the heads just didn't feel like getting the ball. And the
I
other
couldn't
one didn't
Dodrio
wanna
just a moment ago too, so maybe it saw that from afar. It's like, ain't no train to catch
Run away!
me. Pretty much.
Run away! Run away!
Alright. So, I'm gonna pokes back up and get back out on the road. I'm still waiting because I saw that they finally added the Legacy Thunder and Ninja Megazords to available to buy online through EB. But one, the Thunder Megazord, the one I want, is sold out, and two, they upped the price of it, so I'm like,
It's canon. What'd you expect?
Well, I mean, they've been selling them all for $100, $125 is the base price, and that's what it came out when it first came out a few years ago. But they upped the price to like $200 and something. I'm like, I mean, it's a good Megazord, but I'm not spending $200 on it. Like,
You do realize because of it, the reason why is because, Bandai's no longer...
I know. Actually, they're more
Hasbro owns them now.
the morphers in the store were like over $100. I'm like, holy shit! Like,
Holy moly!
these were $50 when I bought mine. So I'm glad I got the ones I did. I didn't get every single of the Legacy line of morphers. I got the original one, I got Tommy's, and I got the movie one for Tommy as well. So I didn't get all the color variants. So I was like,
Have
I
you
got
been
the
able to find the Master Morpher?
No, I want one though. And fucking, I don't have the. I also want the Dino Thunder Brachiomorpher, but it's been going up in price, and even for a used one, and I'm like, I'll just wait it out. See if it goes down in price at any point.
Like I said earlier, are you gonna take me to dinner before you fuck me? But I know what you were talking about the morphers. I saw those for like $60 each, and then there was the Legacy Dragon Dagger for like 80. I saw Saba for like 120.
Yeah, I luckily got all of those already. The only things I didn't get was I didn't get the Legacy Blaster because I never got a chance to get it, and I didn't get the Legacy Power Sword, which I really do want.
Watch Legacy Power Sword will be sold at the GameStop soon. And if I see that, honey, you might not see me get ready to go to Phoenix yet.
Okay, got it.
Wow.
The sword is more priority.
Wow.
I'm kidding. I'm kidding.
I'm glad she knows you're kidding.
Huh?
I'm glad she knows you're kidding, because I have no idea.
I do. I know when he's joking.
See, me and her are allowed to joke like this because I do love her. I love my wife. I mean, fiance. I did it again.
I did it again. That's funny that he said again. So this has happened once before, I see.
Yeah, me.
You're getting very complacent with the idea of being married. Which is not a bad thing.
I was about to say, and that scares you.
Not really.
No, I bet you 101 the one thing that would scare you in the future is the thought of me and
I don't want to...
Uh,
Why the fuck would you even say that, Oni?
what?
Why?
I think
That's not...
What?
That's none of my business. First of all.
What? Me being a dad?
Oh.
What did you think? Welcome to Zeromaster After Dark, apparently.
Welcome to the greatest debate show out there, Zeromaster Debating.
I'm like, what the fuck? Wait a minute. I missed
Oh
something.
crap! Is Dr. Drew gonna come out? This is Loveline.
Shit.
Oh no.
Bam! One hit. Take that side deck. Fucking platypus, son of a bitch. Oh, you got another side deck? Alright, I'll take it down one hit. Sure, why not? Oh, this one didn't die in one hit.
I always like, if I catch a male Psyduck, I always name it Krillin.
Wow.
Wow.
Because
Huh.
Space Dog, come on!
Oh.
Quack!
Quack!
I feel like I want to catch one and call it Space Deck.
Yes!
Do it! Do it, you magnificent bastard.
Yes! Catch the Space Duck!
Damn,
No.
Nightman grew to level 38.
If I caught a Venonat, I'd name it Daniel Bryan.
Yeah, take that, Camper Reuben. Just because you think you're great, because your
when
name
I catch
is the...
Venonats, I always name, if it's a female, I always name it Mothra.
I think he's so fucking great because he's named after a sandwich.
Raymond!
Alright, so...
Okay, alright. If Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy had a version of his own Pokemon, what Pokemon would it be?
Ass Unreal.
If it was like a Pokemon version of Ed from Ed, Edd and Eddy,
So,
Slowpoke.
yes, Slowpoke would actually be good.
this is the... What is it called? It's called the... I think this is just called the Pokemon Park or something like that, where trainers tend to take their Pokemons out and hang out.
Oh, right, yeah.
Instead of it being the bicycle route, it's now
I
that.
thought that was the Safari Zone.
That's the Pal Park.
Oh. Stop making me feel old.
Let's see. Why am I making you feel old? How am I making you feel old?
Because I'd rather have the Safari Zone. I'd rather have the bike route. I'd rather have this and that. I'd rather have to fight wild Pokemon.
Well, this game is not for you then.
Babies first Pokemon.
No, it's not. It is
Yes,
a
it-
full
It
3D
really
remake
isn't.
of the first generation games that contains Pokemon Go elements. Did the
Yeah.
first generation game have... All the people who complain to me, I'm like, did the first generation game have reliable EV and IV training? No, it didn't. Did the first generation
No,
game
not
have
really.
breeding? No, it didn't. Could you do online battles in the first game? No, you couldn't. All these things that people complain about, you couldn't do in the first game anyways.
Well, I knew that, but I didn't mind those. All I want to do is just battle wild Pokemon and catch them.
You don't need to, though. There's no
I want
reason.
to. I just.
Then play one of the other games.
Yeah, trust me, like, I do play those and I do have a good time with those.
Thanks, Grandma.
As much as I agree with you in some aspect that I'd like to be able to battle the wild Pokemon, but at the same time, I'm like, I got into just catching them because I'm like, again, if I really want that, I go to the other games. And besides, catching Pokemon is fucking annoying. Like, especially legendaries. Like,
Oh god, yeah.
unless you save your Master Ball for that one, like, you only get one Master Ball first off, and unless you save it for the one you really want, like, you're gonna be spending a ton of time just, like, trying to reset. I remember Articuno was a son of a bitch in the original game.
Oh, fuck.
Like,
Oh god, yeah.
and I would never use my Master Ball on it because I wanted to save it for Mewtwo, because I know Mewtwo was also a son of a bitch. But Articuno was almost worse. So,
See, you're right. Mewtwo was a son of a bitch, but you knew he was your son of a bitch.
so,
Yeah.
I would try not to, like, I wouldn't want to use the Master Ball or Sand or Articuno. I want to save it. So I just max out the Ultra Balls. But, like, I don't know what it was about Articuno specifically, but they must have done something, because I remember Articuno, I would have to reset the game a lot. Like,
Yeah,
I would go
like,
through all 99 Ultra Balls. It's like it had a really, really low catch rate. And then other times I would catch it no problem. Like, I think
Yeah.
they fixed it in Pokemon Yellow, because I have no problem catching him in Pokemon Yellow. But in, like, Pokemon Red, I was just like, you gotta be kidding me. Like, even as a kid, I was like, I'm doing literally everything. I'm getting him down to 1 health. He's paralyzed. I'm throwing Ultra Balls at him, and he's not even staying in the goddamn ball for, like, more than a second. I'm like, what is going
Like,
on here?
Jake, get in the ball! Get in the ball!
Get in the ball! Hi, Billy Mays here to tell you to get in the ball!
Now, I'm glad that they did add the battle mechanic in for catching the legendaries or some of the more uncommon Pokemon like Snorlax, because it would be kind of pointless just to run into them just to go to a capture screen right away. But I don't care that not all the Pokemon are like that. Like, first of all, another thing I don't miss about wild battles in the other games, fucking inability to escape. That always pissed me off. I'm like, I don't want a battle. Go away. And it wouldn't. It would just be like, nope, you can't escape. And they'd just be like, but I'm like 10 levels higher than you. Why can't I escape? Nope, can't escape.
Like, how dare you?
Look, I just want to get this item over here. Nope, can't escape. Explosion. God damn it. That's actually happened.
Like, leave me alone!
And I mean, some of the improvements, like being able to actually see the Pokemon on screen, which pretty much eliminates the need for a repel, even though you can still get repels, is cool. I like it when RPGs do that, when you can actually see what you're about to fight on the screen. So
Yeah.
you can kind of maneuver your way around wild Pokemon.
Yeah, I love the mystery of it, but knowing what you're gonna catch is always good. Make shiny hunting really easy.
The only thing I don't like about the new capturing mechanic, or one of the few things I don't like, is when you're in handheld mode, you can't use the touchscreen, which makes no sense because that's how you caught Pokemon in Pokemon Go. Second, it's in like, you catch Pokemon in AR style, even though you can't see the outside world, you just see the world that the game's in. So you have to like position the game, like the Switch, to match up with where the Pokemon is. And then you just press the A button to try to catch it, which I think is weird. It's like, again, why not just use the touchscreen for that? And in console mode, whenever you have to capture it at an angle, you really got to throw it at an angle, or the game thinks like you're throwing it straight. It's one of those things where I'm like, they've done all these improvements to the motion controls with the Joy-Cons, but it still doesn't know when you're trying to throw it to the left or to the right. You really gotta overdo it. It reminds me of the Wiimote days when you really, really had to point your Wiimote over to one corner just to get it to go to the side you want it to go. Like playing, what is it called? What was that early Wii game? It was like a first-person shooter.
Oh, can't think of that. I don't know.
Red Steel. That's what it was. Also, hi, Nightman.
Hey, yo.
What's up?
Oh, playing some more Pokemons.
Cool. And I came in when when someone mentions the word Red Steel, and I'm like, I remember how bad that game was.
Yeah, I was just talking about some of the things I don't like about the catching mechanics in this game. Like, what I was saying is, when you're in console mode, you really got to throw it to the left or the right to go left or right. And it reminds me of Red Steel.
Oh yeah, it's like the sword fights, how you gotta be kind of precise, and it didn't work.
And it looks like your arm's dislocating and shit.
Yeah, that game was not good.
I mean, it was okay for the time, but going back and playing it now was like, you could play something better with better motion controls, or just play a game that doesn't have motion controls. But
Well, I mean, I hear the second game was actually not bad.
and I don't think it's just the Pokemon game, because when I was working on my review of Galgun, I used the motion controls in Galgun 2, and it really, really was loose. Like, it was like, and I couldn't figure out how to recenter myself. So eventually I just turned the motion controls off. I'm like, this was easier to play when I was just using the controls. But I'm one of those people who I really like using light guns or motion controls for rail shooters. So I wanted to try it, but it just ended up being way too sensitive, and I couldn't figure out a good way to turn the sensitivity down without basically feeling like you're not moving at all. So I just decided to play the rest of the game with the regular controller controls, because it's one of those games where it controls actually really, really well with a controller, even though that's not my preferred way of playing a rail shooter, because usually it's like an afterthought, or like not implemented well because it's meant for, light gun. But this game, I think, had the controller in mind, so it's really precise. I was actually surprised how precise it was and how fun it was to play that thing. So, but yeah, I think it's a thing with the Joy-Cons, which is hilarious because they spent all this time adding in so many features to the Joy-Cons, like the HD Rumble, which is my favorite feature of the Joy-Cons. Sensor bar free motion controls, which is something they've needed to do for a long time.
Yeah, sensor bar. Not having the sensor bar is great, because I remember a good amount of times where my sensor bar would like fall up behind the TV.
Oh, Wild Eevee.
Ooh!
It's
Right.
the other mascot.
Oh, I love that one. I'm sorry, Eevee's one of my favorite Pokemon.
Okay, favorite evolution?
It's gotta be either Umbreon or Sylveon.
Yeah, for me, it's got to be Umbreon or Jolteon.
I like Jolteon too. There's not one evolution that I
I don't dislike any of them. I just felt like one of the ones that I'm just like, I felt like took forever to get was Leafeon. I'm like, this could have happened.
Oh god,
like,
yeah.
This could have happened in first gen. Was my
Yeah.
thought, but they didn't do it.
It's like, why couldn't you just use the leaf stone on it?
Yeah. All right. Well, I caught me an Eevee. Let's see. Oh, that guy's got a Wartortle. What are my Pokemon like right now? Shit. You know what? I better go heal my Pokemon up a little bit. I know I keep backtracking back to the Pokemon Center, but I want to try to expand the amount of experience I'm going to get here to the fullest. So if I got to take a quick trip to the Pokemon Center, I'll do it.
Do 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 do. Wait, that's not the Pokemon Center music. Dang it.
Do.
Okay, thank you. That sounds better than what I was doing.
Not a problem.
Thank you.
Yeah, by the way, Nightman, I should have figured that screenshot was from one of the Trials games.
Trails in the Sky. Yeah.
I saw it and I'm like, this looks like a PS1 RPG. What are you playing?
Well, I beat that game a long time ago, but it's technically a 10-year-old PC game. That was ported to the PSP, but.
Oh, okay. That's why I was getting that vibe.
Yeah.
All right, good to know. I'm not crazy.
It's pretty much like the first arc, yeah, I guess you could say, of the Trails series.
Oh, okay.
So.
I still need to play Trails of Cold Steel. I still need to play it.
Cold Steel is amazing.
I bought the collector's edition of the game, and I still haven't played it.
I can't wait till the third game comes out, and that's basically me confirming a review then, in a sense.
And we'll never get Jack 2.
Nope.
Because of reasons.
Yeah, laziness and everything else.
Pretty much.
I'm not gonna lie. When I was out game chasing in Toronto over the weekend, I was secretly hoping I could find a copy of Game Party 2 to give to Kevin.
Isn't that bad Wii collection, minigame collection?
Yeah, it was one of his first reviews. He reviewed the first one. I gave him the third one with a really shitty, like, paper case, or it was like a case but with a paper label from EB Games. And he's like, "You couldn't even get it with the label?"
I'll be right back.
Yeah, sure. And then I want to get him the Wii U game as well, because he's planning some kind of a... War Turtle says tort. Okay, hold on. Please, would you have a battle with my babies? First of all, no. Second of all, I'm calling the police.
Yes. I've already checked Twitter. And I'm responding to it.
What is one on Twitter?
Nothing, something wrestling related, but I'm keeping my silence from that.
Of course it is.
Alright, sorry about that.
No worries. Take that, War Turtle, you're paralyzed. Don't you surf.
But yeah, legit. So far, after building the head, I am loving this build so far. Master.
I need to make that
Yeah.
intro for this stuff.
Yes,
Well,
you're-
I've got a lot more time now that I don't have any reviews to work on, so my next review is not going to be worked on until middle of March. The only other thing I'm doing
middle
is...
of March.
I said March.
She said
Lousy
March.
March weather.
Lousy smart weather, pretty much. The only other thing I'm working on is...
Right.
I'm working on a something with Roger when he comes back to town. He said he wanted to meet up and work on a video with him when he's on reading week break. So see what happens with that.
So, by the way, last night I was finally able to do a stream on a console without the bullshit, PS4, stream from the PS4 directly thingy.
Oh, okay.
Yeah,
Did
so.
you just use your capture card, or?
Yeah.
Actually, no, I used a remote play.
Yeah, I tried to show Brad how to use that, and it did weird stuff to his to his PlayStation when he was doing it.
Huh.
Because he doesn't have a capture card. I know that's how Oni does it. So
Yeah.
What?
When I first used it, it wouldn't work for me. But then the second time, like last night, it pretty much like would not. It didn't do the crap that prevented me from doing it beforehand. So I don't know what's up with that shit.
wow, he killed my friggin' Growlithe in one hit.
He was just mentioning how you stream from console with the remote play.
Oh, right. PS4 remote play, yeah.
Yeah. It's a pretty flawed. It's the whole program itself is kind of a bit flawedly made. I've got to admit.
It is, but it works for me.
Yeah. I've had instances where it would disconnect randomly.
It hasn't fully done it with me yet, so I can't really.
Yeah, I remember when Brad was trying it, it would sign him out of PSN on his PlayStation.
Yeah, that's what happened with me the first time I tried it. And I was like, maybe I should ask Oni how he did it.
I just
Never got to.
I think mostly is because I just got a strong computer.
Oh shit.
I guess, but I don't think the computer specs have anything to do with getting logged out of your PSN account.
I don't know what to tell you on that one. I guess I
Yeah.
just got lucky.
Jeez, that guy was
guess-
tough.
It's alright, I guess I got lucky too the second time.
Okay, no, you know what? It might be a multitude of factors too. I just remembered. One of them might be your internet connection as well.
Yeah.
Hey,
I'm
Kirby.
guessing I'm guessing
Oh,
my.
hey, how you guys doing?
Hey, Kirby.
Hi, Kirby.
Hey, Kirby, where's my $30?
Wait, what's happening?
Shit. So I don't know what the fuck you talking about.
Oni, stop pretending people owe you money.
Everybody owes me.
In fact, you
Kirby.
now owe me money.
Kirby,
Yeah, you owe
how-
me. You owe
I
me
don't
money.
owe you jack. You owe me money.
You guys owe me Monopoly money. How's that?
You guys owe me a subscription to my Patreon. Patreon.com/Brother Kirby. Jump right in. Right the hood.
Wow.
Kirby, how's,
Advertising in the
Mario
middle of my
doing?
stream.
Wow.
That's okay. It's fine.
Huh?
What was that link again, Kirby? What was that link again?
No, hold on. What did you say? What you asked, like, man?
I said, how's Mario know them doing in Smash?
I don't own Smash.
I was making a joke. Because, you know, your name's Kirby.
No. It was,
Never heard that one before.
yeah, I have actually.
Oh, wait, I haven't heard that.
When World of Light came out, I said, God damn it, I gotta save everyone's ass again.
I love how Kirby was the only one who survived.
Survivor.
Well, Kirby
I'm
was
not.
the only reason why Kirby was the only survivor is because he's Sakurai's actual character, so it's a bit of a bias there. With him.
I mean, you can't delete Sakurai's name.
Yeah.
Sorry.
Well, that and Sakurai made the character, so.
Also, because
It's,
like Smash feels like it's on a modified Kirby engine, so
Yeah.
Yeah.
it's almost like you could say World of Light is basically another Kirby game.
It might as well be.
Yeah.
I joke around and throughout my Patreon because I recently put out another episode on my Patreon. I'm going to try to do these like once every week or so. It's just retrospective of games and stuff like that. The next 3 to 4 videos are going to be once a week. Is going to be on monster hunting games. So the next video retrospective is going to be on Tokiden.
Ooh, I actually have that game. I've yet to play it. Actually, no, that's not true. I played a little bit of it with my friend Josh when it first came out on the PlayStation TV. And then I got Kiwami and we never played it again.
I've been playing. I have Kiwami through a girlfriend because she let me through her PlayStation. It's pretty fun. I enjoyed it. It satisfied a Monster Hunter itch in the time where it didn't. And there's a lot of stuff in it that I really enjoyed. There's a lot of stuff I didn't enjoy.
Yeah, Tokiden's a really fun game. I never got the sequel though.
I want to get the sequel just to say I have it.
It's kind of hard to get now physically, which sucks.
I don't mind getting it digitally.
Yeah, I'll probably get it. I got the first value digitally, technically. So.
Hopefully, I can revise the retrospect on the first episode I did. It was on Dauntless. When the PS4 version comes out.
Cool.
And Dauntless is going to be free to play. I did a hunt of a monster on Dauntless called Charog, and I used the latest weapon they added to it, which was the dual pistols. Which the way they look and mechanically feel, I might as well have been playing Reaper Overwatch.
Die, die, die.
Like the real cool thing about the dual pistols, and I know this is a Pokemon stream, and I am watching running around with the Hitmonchan. The one thing about the dual pistols I really like is that they have called is an empowered reload, and what it is if you reload the pistols next to a monster, you would basically absorb their like aether essence, and it does your bullets do more damage.
I have a question.
Yes.
Are they called Gog and Magog?
No. But
I feel like I'm the only one who got Ponyta.
Ooh, Ponyta!
I'm the only one who got the Ponyta. I'm sorry.
No. I was gonna say I feel like I'm the only one who got that joke, and I'm kind of surprised, Nightman.
What's up? I wasn't paying attention.
Damn it.
But there wasn't much for me to say. Like, I came into the server and it was dead.
What the hell is with tonight and 1 Pokeballs? I'm catching so many Pokemon with 1 Pokemon Pokeball.
Those Pokemon just want to join you.
Yeah.
What the?
Don't look at Gift Horse in the mouth. Oh wait.
Wait, what?
I said don't look a gift horse in the mouth, but you just caught a Ponyta.
Fire
I would-
horses, they're awesome.
I had a shiny Rapidash named Silva.
Ooh, those are beautiful looking.
My actually. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say Silva was like my fire type for pretty much most of, I want to say, Kalos region.
Oh, nice.
So
I remember when Heart Gold and Soul Silver first came out, and you had the Pokewalkers. I caught a Ponyta in my Pokewalker, and that became my fire Pokemon when I was playing through the game for the first time. Yeah, having a Pokemon with that much high speed at the start of the game is really, really useful.
Rapidash has like a really diverse move pool, especially now that you can teach it high horsepower.
High horsepower, eh?
Yeah, I wouldn't recommend it honestly. High horsepower is pretty good. I wouldn't recommend it because Horn Drill Rush is actually still better. But you could have what is it? Flame Charge, which is stab, which is nice. You can have it learn Bounce. There's a lot of nice stuff.
Everybody now, bounce.
Wow. You just sent the flying.
okay.
You just sent the flying. A fighting Pokemon against a flying type.
Yeah, but it had Thunder Punch. I thought it would go first.
Not against Pharaoh. Pharaoh's actually pretty fast.
Yeah.
Pharaoh's actually is also one of the most premier, and I have to say premier flying types in Gen 1. Especially now when it can learn Drill Peck, and Drill Peck is the strongest physical one move that does recoil.
I don't know what it just did, but it used an attack called Drill Run, and it nearly killed Oni.
Drill Run is the ground type version of Drill.
Yeah, that usually kind of counters anything that a ground type can do to a flying type.
Yeah. Drill Run,
Also, I love when Pikachu loses, he's like, I'm going home to tell Mom.
Aww.
Let's see.
I'm telling
Are
you,
you
Mom,
okay?
gang.
that was a very dejected sigh I heard. Like, you need a hug. I will give you a bro hug.
Kirby's like, you can't stop me now. It's happening. Oni's like,
I mean-
Oh, fuck.
Oni's like, I
Everybody
need
give
an
him a
adult.
hug.
And he just goes,
No, like, just hug him closely, just like, everything's gonna be okay. You smell nice.
Whoa, okay.
it's funny. It's funny because I just watched a video on YouTube about this guy. I can't remember his name, but he did a little documentary style video on sexual assault against men in movies and TV, and it's one of those things that made me think. I'm like, oh my god, they do this a lot. And one of the things he pointed out is that it's always not always, but a lot of the time, whenever they have to do a joke about someone going to prison, it's always a big black guy. Or most of the time it's a big black guy. And I'm like, oh my god, it is usually that. Why? I'm now seeing things I never saw.
Because the big black guy gives really great hugs.
That's gotta be what it is. Right, Kirby?
Totally.
I am a nice, warm person. I give the greatest hugs.
I'm not
I
touching
have-
that shit with a 50-foot pole, man.
Like, look, I
I'm not
have
touching that shit with a 50-foot pole. Sorry, no.
I have a physical body heat of 99.6. I am really okay.
It's getting awkward.
You can
Look,
almost say
you guys
yes.
brought it up. I'm just rolling with it. You know, I could have came in like I've been planning on doing on every stream, and it's come in and sound like Little John because I can actually do his voice.
Yeah!
Yeah, it's your boy Little John, and we're here to play some Pokemon.
I love when
Okay.
he got on the special and he did when he was playing off the joke that of Chappelle playing him, and he goes and does like a little somber voice says, "Sometimes I feel like I'm all alone in this world and I have no one to talk to," and I'm like, oh my god, Little John can speak words. What? Sometimes I feel like what? No one to talk to. What? Yeah. By the way, that Super Bowl commercial, the Pepsi ones with Lil Jon in them. What the
Oh
fuck?
god. Damn!
Anybody still pissed off that they didn't play Sweet Victory at the Super Bowl?
I was like, oh, they SpongeBob me, and that was it. That's all I really was like, whatever.
I didn't really care. I didn't watch the Super Bowl.
They at least
I'll let
acknowledged the meme.
Yeah.
So,
The people were like blowing up about it to the point where the NHL decided, hey, we're gonna play it instead.
oh, the NHL did?
Yeah.
Are they announcing new characters for Cross Tag Battle?
I don't know.
I think I heard something about that one girl from some Japanese game coming in. I forgot the name.
Okay. Naoto, my boy, my main. I might have to get the game now.
Is this the Blaze Blue game?
He has the Blaze Blue
Yeah.
cross with Ruby. And all that kind of stuff.
Well,
Yeah,
cross with
Ruby, and isn't
cross
it
with
Persona 4?
Yeah.
And isn't there...
And let's see, Teddy.
Under the Night, I think it was called.
Yeah.
Damn, this guy wiped me.
You know, speaking of that, I remember I saw a pic, like a little funny comic. You from Persona 4 talks to Joker, and he's like, "Oh, I'm fighting against Ruby and all the guys from Blaze Blue," and Joker's like, "Yeah, I'm fighting in Smash."
What?
Nani?
Nani?
Next, you'll say, "Nani to you."
Nani?
Nutty?
Oh, before you joined Nightman, I was talking about how I was in EB today, and they started getting like really high quality statues for like really cheap, like $30, and
Oh, nice.
they had a random, they had a Nancia one from JoJo's, and I was like, oh my god.
Huh, nice.
I was like, a JoJo statue? They're like, yeah, we're ordering in some more. I'm like, okay, which ones do you have? They're like, well, we only have part 5 ones right now that we're getting in, but we can pre-order one for you. I'm like, so I pre-ordered a Giorno one
Nice.
for $30. I'm like, it was a really nice statue. They had a bunch of Goku ones too with different hair colors because of all the different forms he has, but they're like
Yeah.
they're like the high quality ones you see at a con. The ones are like $40 plus or like $60 and up. It was basically
Yeah.
that quality of figurine. I was like, holy
Yeah,
shit.
I see those at GameStop all the time.
I was like, for $30, I'm like, what? That's like a no-brainer right there.
Yeah. Too bad they don't have like any of the stuff, any like the female characters from Fate at GameStop. Then I'd be like going all over that.
Oh, speaking of, that's one of the games I picked up today. I picked up the Fate game for Switch.
Ah, nice. That was fun.
It's funny, it was on sale, and they still had a sealed copy left. They're like, do you want the sealed copy? I'm like, yes. So they sold it to me for the sale price for the sealed copy. So I'm like, sweet. I basically got a brand new copy for like $40.
Speaking of figurines, and I know you guys are gonna be like, "Oh, he's talking about this game again," but I did get like a figurine a few months ago, which is of Elisa from Trails of Cold Steel. They got her in like a little school swimsuit, and so I'm like, "Oh, I'm gonna buy that." I just had to get a figurine of Best Girl.
I'm Chris Henson from NBC Dateline.
Would you please have a seat?
She is 20 as of Cold Steel 3, so you can get out of here, Chris Hansen.
No, I'm staying here.
Jeez, why is this master grade so easy to build? he says, and then has to build the legs.
No.
And then it falls apart. Oh no!
Are you a Misaka clone?
Maybe. No. Guys.
Because you just said what your emotions were. I love how Nightman got that one.
It's not like I like you or anything, Baka.
Says Misaka as she tries to hide her face.
Yeah. Oh man,
Guys,
sisters.
we can't do this, guys. It's the Iblis trigger. You have to kill it.
Get out of here, Silver. That game sucks.
Oh.
Get the fuck out of here! Don't make me fucking beat the shit out of you, Silver, you piece of fucking shit! Get out! Get out! Get out!
My game didn't suck.
Honey, breathe. Breathe.
Oh, I just like being around people, guys.
I will make Hedgehog kiss Hedgehog kebab out of you!
Isn't he in one of the new games a playable character?
Oh god.
Unfortunately, no.
No, he's just in the cutscenes.
I still want to get Sonic Forces.
Wait, hold on.
Just-
Hold on, he's not in Sonic 4?
No, he's not.
I thought you could play as a... what? I think you could play as him in a game other than 06.
No, you can't. Well, I mean, there's the rival games. I'm in those.
Nobody
Get
played those.
out! I will make Hedgehog shit kebab, I swear!
We
I
get
think he has a hard on for me, guys.
I'll fucking kill you, man.
Just get behind me. Get behind me. He won't kill me. He won't kill you if I'm in front of you.
All right. I'm safe. All right.
Princess Jack!
Oh, honey, calm down.
No, seriously though, the first one, if I get a whole bunch of stuff in, if I meet my goal or something like that, if it's on sale, I will get Sonic Forces, and that will be the last Sonic game I need to get on Steam.
Did you
Cool.
get Sonic Mania?
I have all the Sonic games except for Sonic Forces on Steam.
Oh, okay.
Oh, speaking of that, I do plan on getting back to the script of that review.
Oh, you're doing Sonic Forces?
Yep.
Careful.
Oh, great! I can't wait to see it.
I already got like a script mostly written out, but I do want a cameo.
Please tell me you made the derpiest looking Sonic, Sonic OC.
By the
Whoa,
by,
God,
he's
no.
He's a dog in Joker's clothing for Persona, so.
Wait, how'd you do that?
as
Because-
DLC.
Yeah, that's because they got Persona 5 DLC costumes. for
A
that.
dog in Joker's clothing. That sounds like something that fucking my buddy Jeff would do. Because he's a fucking furry.
Also, I may or may not be doing a sequel to a video I did earlier, and I need people who have the game to come try it out with me.
Which game? Sonic Forces?
Garfield Kart.
Oh,
I have Garfield Kart.
I don't. I'm
It's
not.
time for Garfield and Friends.
I have it. I have it still installed. It's oddly enough, despite how badly optimized it is and stuff like that, it's actually it's okay.
Only if while we're getting the footage, I can record a Let's Play style video for it and start it off with, you know, when you said Let's Play Garfield Kart, I didn't think you were serious, but now I'm glad we did it.
No, I am.
Oh.
I am 100% down with that. You know, because the whole part was going to be kind of like multiplayer Let's Play.
Cool. I'm down with that.
Woo.
Oh, hey, look, it's a Pidgeot.
So
Aw.
last night for $4.49, I bought Shaq Fu.
I also got it for a discounted price. So
Why?
now I have it. Now I have it for 3 consoles. I mean, 3 platforms. The only thing I don't have is the Xbox One version. If your
There's the
question,
multiplayer options.
does it have multiplayer?
Oh my God, there's people actually playing this game multiplayer.
Does it actually have multiplayer? Because anytime
Yeah,
I looked, I couldn't find it.
What the hell?
You have to
They
go.
look
You have to do. The beta. You gotta sign up for the beta on Steam.
Oh, there's a beta
Yeah.
for it?
Yeah, if you go to the options for Steam to switch the game to a beta, you can switch it to beta mode.
I'm a backer. Why don't I already have it?
What, for Garfield Kart?
No, I thought you were saying Shaq Fu.
No,
Oh.
no, they're for Garfield Kart.
Oh, for Garfield. Oh, okay. For a second, I thought you said Shaq Fu. I'm like, pretty sure that game doesn't have multiplayer. I already checked.
I'm going to be doing a semi-blind to it because I did the first 2 levels.
Oh, hey, Hydration Bot. You've come back. Hail Hydrate. I love how the only 2 messages in my chat this stream have been Hydration Bot.
Well, you gotta learn to drink somehow.
Oh, Nightman wants to learn Poison Jab, eh? Well, that's a good move.
Hooray, I can go poison other Pokemon now.
Why am I toxic?
Oh, it doesn't
Yeah,
any
yeah.
damage. Shit.
Wow.
Why am I toxic?
I don't really use Peck anymore. I'll probably get rid of Peck.
Garfield, I can't let you win.
Are you playing it right now?
Yeah, I am.
Oh, I hate Mondays.
I can't.
With you saying that, did you see what fucking Nick posted in the RCG chat?
No, I didn't. Monday doesn't suck.
I can't play this game without a controller. Hold on, let me see if we can get my controller back.
Okay, that's great.
I saw that and I'm like, oh my god.
And I only said that because you guys were referencing Garfield, so.
Alright. How do
Yeah,
you
but-
eradicate? Yes! Sorry, you were gonna say something, Kirby, before I interrupted you?
Oh no, there's just things to do. I was also playing Tom Clancy's Ghost Recon: The Wild with a couple of my friends. It was interesting.
Yeah?
Cool.
They still make those Ghost Recon games?
It's their current one, the one you can they keep updating it for.
Yeah.
It's actually pretty fun.
I remember the old ones.
Eventually, though, like I said, I'm gonna be doing a blind let's play of Shaq Fu.
Original
I
Shaq
also
Fu or Legend Reborn?
Yes, a Shaq Fu Legend Reborn. Also, I want to get Zero a
What?
certain game because I want him to play it blind.
Oh god.
I want to get him Rosencrantz Stilette.
Oh yeah, that game.
Yeah, I want you to play it blind.
Didn't I already buy it? I thought I already bought it.
I don't know. Do I even have you on Steam?
Do we not have each other on Steam?
I'm pretty sure we don't. Hold on. No, yeah, we do. We do.
Okay, because
Yeah.
I was gonna say my icon's the Gold Ranger face palming. So if you have that, then you have me on Steam.
Let's inspect level 13-0. You all recently played all games. Sort by name.
You viewing my recently played?
You play Gal Gun and Castle Crashers.
Yeah.
Yeah, I once caught a Doduo in a game, and I named it Ed, Ed, and Eddie.
Oh god.
All in one word.
You do not own Rosencrantz Stilette.
I don't.
Nope.
I think it was on sale and I debated it, and I never ended up getting it.
I know we got 20XX. I've been looking to do people to do that co-op with.
Yeah, that'd be a fun one.
Maybe do some fun stuff with Cook Serve Delicious too, which is also another fun game I have.
Cook Serve Delicious.
Oh yeah.
I'm so busy being delicious.
You tried Dungeon Fighters Online. I wish I had more people to play that with.
Yeah, I've tried it. I just don't have time to sink into a game like that right now, so I never played that much of it.
I mean, yeah. Even though it is just your generic side-scroll beat 'em up, it is still also an MMO.
I like beat 'em ups, so
Yeah. Let's see. You also play Chimera Destroy All Monster Girls. Great game. That is a really great game.
Did I
Fun
play
fact: you probably downloaded and never really touched it. But yeah, no, I actually do recommend it. Also, if you don't like the soundtrack, you can replace all the music in that game. Because it's one of those games that have like I think it's OGG file names.
Ah, okay.
Let's see. You also have Mitsurugi Kamui Hikae. That was a mouthful.
Is it showing you my recently installed games? Because I bought a bunch and I installed them.
No, I'm just sorting through games that we both have together, and not the stuff you have. Let's see.
This guy had 3 far-fetched.
We just get all the Sakura games.
Well, not all of them. I just got the ones that were the cheapest. I'm thinking of doing like not a stream, but like a co-op let's play with potentially with Brandon once we finish Galgun Double Piece, because he likes games with choices, which most of our dating sims so.
Yeah, but you don't have Rosencrantz Deluxe, and that means I have to get it for you. Like it's.
Well, all right, fuck, fine then. Jeez.
It just when I get money, because I just blew $4.49 on what you call it, and I'm also looking to just probably drop $3 on Fanatics mystery bundle game.
Meanwhile, I'm just talking about building my gun club. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah, I'm seriously thinking about it. It just gives you four random games.
I finally have a Pokemon level 40, not 40.
Name it.
Why did I say 40?
Name it E40.
You want me to rename Oni E40?
No, you get upset.
Hey, yo, Fitty, why you renaming it?
Oh god,
Hey, Fitty.
Yo, Fitty, jump up that big ass ramp.
Ratty Kate.
Hey, Big Sam.
Dodrio!
I'm just really upset that I don't have any money right now on me because like Fnatic has Resident Evil 7 for $18.
Oh, not bad.
Ooh.
Nice.
If I didn't already have it for PC, I'd be jumping on that.
Yeah, it is for PC. Let's see. You can, if you don't own them, you can get the Resident Evil Survivors Pack, which is Resident Evils 4, 5, and 6 for $18.
Ooh.
Not. I would say not a bad deal. But,
Maybe 6, no.
yeah, I was gonna say if it wasn't for 6, that would have been a good deal. But
Yeah.
6 is ass. So.
Sex is the brain of my fucking existence.
They made Chris fat.
No, they didn't make Chris fat. They made him into a whiny bitch.
They made him
Resident Evil-
fat.
Resident Evil Revelations 2 Deluxe Edition is $15.
Resident Evil Scott Steiner edition.
No
Is
one
that a
cares
wrestling
about Scott
reference?
Steiner. Yes, it was.
Oni.
I don't give a fuck.
You gotta put it in the wrestling jar.
Yeah.
We don't have a square jar.
How much do we get if he has enough in the wrestling jar?
If he puts enough in the wrestling jar, we all go out for drinks.
But the reason we made the wrestling jar is so that he could save money by talking about wrestling.
That's the only one I'm gonna get to Phoenix, folks.
That's what I said.
And
Honestly,
now she's just like, talk more, talk more.
Talk more about wrestling. Come on, let's do this.
don't encourage him.
Look.
Aww.
All right.
Oh,
So
okay, fine. You hate true love. That's fine. I don't care.
I'm just kind of looking through all my indie stores and stuff like that, looking out for games. So this is Kirby tells people that where you can get games. If you go to Indigala right now, you can get .hackgu/Rico $15.
Eh,
I have
Promotion.
a PS4.
same
I
here.
have that on PC, so that's fair.
Well, I will say I'm glad that those games are coming to PC
Yeah.
Okay.
because for a long time they were only on PS2.
Yes, that game. Very nice.
What game is that?
Warhammer Vermintide 2. If you like games like, Left 4 Dead, so like that, you like Left 4 Dead style games, Warhammer Vermintide 2 is actually pretty good. $12. Worth the buy.
I'll have to look that one
Sorry,
up.
you
'cause
want
I do
Indie
like
Gala?
I do like
Huh?
Are you an Indie Gala?
Yeah, I'm on Indigala. I account for Indigala, Humble Bundle.
Yeah, I have
And
them, Chrono
Fanatical.
GG, other things to get stuff.
Let's see. Ooh. If you like little puzzle kind of games and stuff like that, for less than $1.30, you can get Typewriter. I actually do look. Yeah, I got it for free on the PS4, and it was actually a nice little fun little tiny scene. Basically, it's a typographic puzzle game.
Oh, Wigglytuff
Huh.
just flattened my Gyarados. Just wait till that comes up on the stream, guys.
Man, look, Wigglytuff did things.
Nice.
My Gyarados was really like, ow.
The power of Wigglytuff's stand.
I was trying to think of a stand, like a fan OC stand and stuff like that. But as I was explaining it to my JoJo friend, he was just like, "Oh wait, it's like this stand and this stand." I'm just like, "I want to be original, damn it!"
The stand that I made, I based it on the name I picked because it's full of music references. Like JoJo's full of music references, so I was trying to think of one, and then CJ was like, "Well, your stand's name has to be Undero." I'm like, "That's actually a badass name." And I just made it like good at perception, and then it's if I made a I forget what the upgrades are called. They don't start until part 5, which we won't get to until late into the part. Requiem stands. Like when a stand becomes a Requiem, it's technically Star Platinum of the World and Killer Queen with Bites the
Bites
Dust
the
are Requiem stands, but they aren't at the same time, where they get a special additional ability, essentially. And the world would be considered one as well. But yeah, because I won't spoil what the first Requiem stand is because it's going to be coming up in the anime. But essentially, it's an evolution of the stand that gets an additional ability. And the one that I thought up was Define the Great Line, because the Under Oath album. And basically the idea is, what I came up with is, it's an increase of the perception when he activates, Define the Great Line. It gives you the ability to see up to 5 seconds in the future in all possible scenarios. Kind of like how Tusk Act 4 works, but instead of just attacking every single generation of your enemy. You can see every single generation, I guess. By the way, Tusk Act 4, kind of a broken stand, because when it does its stand cry or its aura, it's not just punching the version of the enemy that's there. It's punching every single universe version of it too. So it's literally punching parallel universe versions of the same person. It's fucking crazy.
Nice.
That's not a spoiler, by the way. It's like
Okay.
it's so it, and if it is, it's a very, very minor spoiler of Part 7. So hopefully nobody's upset about that. But yeah,
I mean, like, I don't know. I mean, I was gonna say something about like a stand, but I do believe that stand is later in Part 5.
I don't want to spoil too much about Part 5 specifically because I don't want people who are still watching it to spoil. Plus, I only know little things about Part 5's. Like, I know a character from a previous part shows up pretty soon that I'm kind of excited, but also kind of afraid of because of what happens to them.
I know everything about Part 5 though. I mean,
Somebody
I
clipped
read
it.
the manga.
Thanks, Nightman.
Yeah, no problem.
Wigglytuff. That's awesome. Okay, will you just wake up Tell Roboxer, please?
What is that chant, Oni?
Oh,
I- He was singing a wrestling thing. I don't know.
Char's theme for Molson Gundam.
Oh.
For a second, I thought it was Moose's channel. Moose! Moose! I love Moose.
I just
Goats. Oh wait,
I
that's the wrong.
caught up on a show recently. It
Yeah.
was. I mean, it's a. I guess it's you would call it a bridge series, but it's more. I don't know what you would call it. You ever heard of Freeman's Mind?
I've heard of it.
I want to say yes, but I don't recall.
Okay, if you ever wanted to experience Half-Life 1 and 2 in the most comedic way fashion, watch Freeman's Mind. It is hilarious, and it is just the most amazing thing I've ever seen. It like Half-Life 2 just started, but it's just I caught up with that, and it was just bellissimo. Man, I'm just gonna link it. I'm just gonna link it. Like Freeman's Mind is like that's something that everyone should watch. Like put it on behind, like in the background or something while you're working on editing or something. It is really good.
So when I'm building a gunpla, I can put it on the background.
Yeah.
You just reminded me, my favorite, going back to JoJo's, my favorite stand cry is Bruno's Sticky Fingers.
Sticky fingers.
Because it's just, Adi!
There you go. That's the playlist.
Part 5 sounds pretty interesting. I can't wait till I get to that.
Oh my god.
Part
One of
4
my
is
favorite,
pretty great, though.
Part 5 is one of my favorite characters, which is Bruno. His stand is very, very unique.
I hate the translations, like the translations of the stands. Like I hate that they translate the stand's name. It's like don't translate the stand's name, just say the stand's name.
They have to for legal reasons, but they still say it in the Japanese version. Like,
They still say it in Japanese version. But I'm just saying, like even in the subtitles, they'll say, "Oh, this is." Instead of like, cause this is early in the JoJo. I can actually say it. They say Moody Blues. The subtitles say Moody Jazz. I'm just like, no,
Yeah.
just say blues. Blues and jazz are two different.
I mean,
are way two different genres.
they-
And that pisses me off on this.
Yeah,
They-
they are.
They call Sticky Fingers Zipper Man.
Sticky fingers, zipper
Sticky-
man.
Sticky Fingers sounds better.
Yeah, like like I understand for legal reasons in America why you can't do it, but you're subbing a Japanese text. Don't change it because you think you're going to get in trouble.
Well, the fan subs
Don't-
can do it because they don't give a shit, but the official subs have to do that too. I remember just specifically just going over one reason that I can remember is they wanted to bring the Part 5 JoJo game, Geo-Geo's Bizarre Adventure, off on PS2 out here. Capcom wanted to, but they could not come up with a compromise with Prince's legal team about the main stand, Golden Experience. So they just basically decided they weren't going to change the names, so they just didn't release the game. But when they were making the anime, and they knew, and Crunchyroll picked it up, like they knew they weren't going to be able to use all the stand names, or change some other characters' names, like AC/DC. They had to call him Ezzy Desi.
Viz is probably gonna have to make some compromises, that's for sure.
Oh yeah, they have in the dub.
Yep.
Like Speedwagon is generic enough that they were able to call him still Speedwagon, but yeah, it's just one of those things that like copyright on references like that is a lot more lax in Japan than it is here, which is hilarious because if you make there used to be commercials where Sega and Nintendo would literally say the competitors' names, but that was okay. So I don't know why it was such a pain in the ass nowadays, but it is what it is.
Oh.
And
Did you know, though, that there was a JoJo's Diamond is Unbreakable game on PS2?
oh, there was.
Yeah, it was called Persona 4.
Oh, fuck. Oh, Persona 4 and Diamond is Unbreakable have nothing alike. They're just about a bunch of teenagers trying to find a murderer. Fuck. Okay, JoJo's Bizarre Adventure Part 5 and Persona 5 have nothing in common. They're just a
Man,
story about
cooking
trying to
up
catch a
ramen
thief.
in a
God
Speedo.
damn it!
Man cooking up Robin in a Speedo accidentally shoots himself in the nuts with 20 ball rockets.
I'll be here all night.
Hello. Yeah, it's Mr. Doom TV bringing us live.
I don't know, wait
He's
minutes.
finally gone crazy, folks.
Well, all of his Nintendo
I
friends were
think we
killed.
all go a little mad sometimes.
You calling me crazy? Really? You? Okay.
No TV and no beer make home or something.
You
So.
got a problem with
Hey,
that?
Doom.
Yeah, what's up, guys?
Not too much.
Yo.
Kazaku, what are you doing?
Oh, you know, just being a little crazy.
Doom,
And this is why Sean
What?
hasn't bullied my neighbor.
you know about JoJo's, right?
Of course.
What musical reference would be the name of your stand?
Oh, that's a really good question.
I picked Under Oath, and I made his Requiem attack define the Great Line.
See, that's tough because like my knowledge on like music and stuff, it's like I'm sure like an obvious answer for like edgelords would be like a Slipknot, and then it's like called the Wait and Wait or something. I can't think of one off the top of my head.
Hmm.
You know, I think I got one.
What, for you?
Yeah, I would call my stand Linkin Park, and his attack name would be Crawling in My Skin.
Oh my god, Canadian Jutsu just subscribed. Thanks, buddy. Get it
That's like
clipped.
$1 million question.
Get in here, CJ.
Yeah.
Let's see. My stand would probably be called Immortalized.
2 months of fun is what he put.
My stand would be Immortalized, and its attack would be called Save Our Last Goodbye.
Does it have to be? It's all of JoJo's is rock. But would it have to be?
Well, not all rock. You gotta remember. And oh wait, no. they
There's
haven't got
a
that
stand in
part
part
five.
7 called Hey Ya. So
Okay, well, Outcast is genius, so that's acceptable.
No,
I
I was
know-
gonna bring up a stand in part 5, but they haven't got that far in part 5, and that's kind of a spoiler, but they have to deal with that.
Yeah,
That's
yeah. Don't like, especially since it's airing right now. Try to avoid those. But you're being good.
Yeah. But let's just. I'm just gonna say it like this, and without spoiling anything. The stand's name is not based off of rock.
Mm.
Is that vague enough?
It's called the Kanye West, and that's
No,
what it
stop
is.
that.
Nope.avi.
Nope.
Actually, there is another stand I'm thinking of. It might even be the same one that has been hinted at in the show, but hasn't shown up yet. But I'm just gonna keep my mouth shut. Also, hi CJ.
Hello.
Thanks for subbing for me
Yeah,
again.
Rocket. No
For the-
problem.
For the
But I don't get sweet Patreon rewards. Sadness.
I mean, you could if you wanted to back me on patreon.com/Zeromaster.
It's either Patreon or Twitch, and I
You choose
If
Switch?
you want me
Yeah.
to build more Gunpla, go to this website.
Hey,
www.
I'm only allowed to. I'm the only one who's allowed to shill in my stream,
right.
and Kirby, except because Kirby sniped it.
Oh, okay. I just remember. In part 4, Mikitaka's stand is Earth, Wind, and Fire. That is not a rock reference. That is.
Yes.
That is not something else.
Not, but
Yeah.
Earth, Wind, and Fire is pretty rocking. Those guys are so talented.
Yeah, they rock, but that's a totally different thing.
Yeah, I'm not. Regina.
Don't they play September?
Yes.
Yep.
Wake me up when September ends.
Remember.
That
No,
song.
that's Green Day.
That song
That's
better
Green
be.
No, that's not Green Day.
Don't say that.
Wake Me Up When
People on
September
the
Ends
internet
isn't Green
will now
Day?
Mash up September and Wake Me Up When September Ends.
What I want to.
That is Green Day.
Yeah, that's Green Day.
September by
He didn't write
Earth,
it.
Wind, and
September.
Fire.
Yes, September by Earth, Wind, and Fire came first. Please.
Yeah,
Yes.
well,
Yeah, I know.
what
We
I'm
know.
trying to say is, I hope that when they finally animate Part 8, that's the ending theme. Because it fits so well with what's come out so far of it. But
I'm changing my answer.
we're-
Mine's gonna be Marvin, and it's just gonna be sexual healing. Is gonna be
God damn it.
Nice.
Also, the character in part 4, Kin Oyanagi, had voice to man. Voice
Yeah,
to
that's
man,
true.
actually. So there was also that.
I just thought of a really good
I really liked yours, Doom, and yours, Nightman.
Not mine.
I could just think of how crawling in your skin would work. You'd send like little bugs up, like spiders up people's arms.
It'd be
Oh,
like
yeah,
Congress
that's
2.0.
Oh, no.
Bad for arachnophobes, I guess.
We have a legion of spiders.
And
Why did I just quote that? Why did I just quote that?
Yeah, why did you just quote that?
Because you secretly love the nostalgia critic. We all do, but we don't like
I'm
to
gonna
admit
beat
it.
the shit out of him.
Why? He's a very talented person. I don't know why. He's not a bad guy. Doug is
isn't-
not the problem. Doug was
yeah.
never the problem over there.
Yeah, Doug was just not saying anything about it.
Okay. Would it
Yeah,
be
because he's probably legally obligated not to.
Yeah.
It's probably in his contract that he's not allowed to speak shit about that shit.
Well,
Yeah.
duh.
So
I mean, would it be
I don't
weird-
want to shit on a guy that has clearly been an inspiration to many other creators, and he wasn't the focus of the channel awesome.
Yeah,
I
that
will
was-
defend that. I will defend that because Doug is a good person. He's an entertaining guy.
so? Okay, let me ask you a question then.
if it
Say-
has, let's end this drama talk.
Huh?
I'm ending it
I
right
don't
there.
like his hat. Am I the only one that's just never liked his hat?
Well, he's bald now, so he doesn't need to cover up the little tiny widow's
Just
peak
own
that
up.
he has.
Just own up the fact that when you were 21, you looked like you were 42, and that's fine. Do you?
I mean, the hat's part of his.
I mean,
It's,
I
it's
mean,
like that's
The
like the
cutaway
nerd
gag's like 5 minutes shorter, and just I don't know. I like all his original stuff the most.
like
Yeah.
you guys are ragging on his bald hair, and meanwhile, Onyx Strider's in the background. Like, why you guys talking about me like this?
for starters,
Oh, you
I
realize
have
I'm
nothing-
bald, right?
I got nothing against bald people, but if you're gonna
Neither do
if
I.
you're bald, just deal with it. Like go
Honey,
Well,
honey.
he did.
Where's your bald at?
He just wore a hat. He liked his hat. Why can't
Yeah.
people like hats?
Because
I don't
that's
understand.
that's a bad looking hat.
Clearly.
Oh my God! Leave the man's head alone.
How much cooler would he have been?
Clearly,
if
that's
he
the
was-
reason why he's an awful human being.
If he was
Yeah, I
rocking
guess so.
pork pie, we would all be sitting there like, yo, he's stylish as hell.
I mean, no, we weren't. We won't. Like literally.
That's like
Here's
someone saying, "Oh, why are you called Canadian Jutsu? You don't have a Canadian accent." Like, someone hating me because I use the word Canadian in my
No.
name, but I don't have a proper Canadian accent.
No. The problem is you don't have jutsus.
That's what I was.
Yes,
gonna
that's
say.
true. I don't have Jutsu.
Everything's about you is a lie, and I am not doomed. Nor
Well,
a
that's
TV.
not true. Because Jutsu just means technique. So I probably do have some technique. I just don't know what they are.
He has a sassy technique.
Sassy.
Yeah.
Oh, I mean, that's also
Actually,
like.
not just hate mainstream just because they're more popular than you are. Like, there's that.
That's also be like someone hating me for calling myself Nightman and I'm not wearing like black clothes.
You are a man of the night, though.
True
That'd
that.
be like somebody saying to me that
Thunder of
they
the
hate
night
the fact I'm
before.
called
And
Onirakaku.
and then there's
Fighting
Zeromaster,
with
who is a master at nothing, so it
Oh,
makes perfect
Hey,
sense,
you're
right?
Zero.
Yo,
Right,
Jack of
Zero?
all trades.
shots fired. Shots fired.
Oh no.
This is.
No, it's not shots fired. You can't.
It's on my goddamn merch.
You have merch?
drama.
Yes, merch.
It hasn't been refreshed in a long time.
Give
but
me
yes,
all
it
the
is.
merch.
I really need to get
God help
on
me if
that.
I ever get merch.
The problem is I haven't filled the tax form out that I need to fill out for the United States, and I'm just like, I'm lazy, so that's why I haven't done it.
Yeah. So
Wait, what?
speaking of, you know, like shilling yourself out, Zero, as I've noticed, you have a really cool Mega Man X like pump up fist for your donation thing. You don't need to stick the Streamlabs link all over the place. You click on it and it brings you there.
I don't fucking know.
You
I'll
have
figure
it
that shit out.
3 times.
Look, Zero, the way you're running your stream is perfectly fine, but I don't like your hat, okay?
Fuck you.
I like hats. I like all the hats.
Oh, I got all the hats in Team Fortress 2.
Oh my god.
Oh man, I don't believe you. I don't believe you at all, good sir.
Okay, I believe you.
You send me all of your Steam information. I want to see you individually wear all these hats.
I don't
Oh
believe
my
you. I'm
God.
gonna have to get into your account and see it for myself.
No, I just want him to stand in front of me and show me all the hats he has. It's gonna take forever, but we're gonna get this done.
Yeah,
I just remember like
give you a plane ticket to connect.
I know that sometimes I'm like, man, I really want the skin in Overwatch, but I remember when like John and all them were like obsessing over fucking hats in Team Fortress 2. I'm like, it's a hat. At least the skin is the whole thing.
Yeah, I know, right?
I just got a new hat.
See, at least with the Overwatch skins, like they do different animations based off the skins. So.
I mean, Team Fortress. With Team Fortress, you can give like the characters any sort of taunt you want. Really.
Kirby, what did
There is that.
Kirby? Why did you donate me $1?
Because that's all I had in my account.
Why did you donate me your last $1? What's your name? Pure Fortune?
No, that's his firstborn son. He hasn't donated his firstborn son yet.
You gotta get on there. So.
I'm not allowed to donate children anymore.
Whoa!
This
Walk
link is
away,
enough.
walk
You did it.
away, walk it away.
You guys are
Walk away.
assholes.
Right now, walk away.
Why seven?
Kirby, did
What-
when you
You know
traded
why there's
that
all these
child,
fucking Furbies all over the place?
CJ, why specifically 758?
Because I donated 10 Canadian dollars and apparently it comes up in US dollars on your stream.
That's because you left it on. Oh, okay.
No, it's because
No.
I switched it to Canadian, but his thing shows up as USD. He doesn't have it
Awesome,
set
though.
to
That's how you
Canadian.
can learn exchange rates.
Yeah.
Zero, your show's now
Well,
educational.
I just sent money to his PayPal. That's all that happened there. Like, he still
What?
got $10 Canadian
Wait, why did you give me money?
because I was really pissed off at your donation link.
So you're like,
You understand? Fix
Fuck your
it.
donation link.
I
Well,
gave you
maybe-
$10 to
money.
fix it.
maybe I shouldn't fix it because then you'll give me more money.
It's a I gave you
Money,
10 bits
money,
to
money.
fix it.
There could be an extra $10 in the loot. So the
You don't
next
even-
time I'm on the stream and it still looks like that, you're real
But
pissed.
now I don't want to take your money because you. So.
Shut up, you're my friend.
You're my friend.
Come on.
Do you remember when we had a dream? Oh yeah.
Guys, I
we
don't want to
were-
get copyright claims.
Because we do sound like
Why
that.
do I get this feeling when I invite you?
If anything, we'll just ban you because that's what happened to the account when you guys sang that for my birthday that one year.
Wow, really?
Yeah, no, they put together this whole like ship it in a bridge thing, and they all sang that song at the end because they knew I hated it. So like him, Monty, Sincat, Cassie.
Oh my
and
god. And that got you banned.
That got me banned. I think Hannah was in there too.
Yeah, you're like, thanks guys. Happy birthday to me.
Oh, and Samurai. Samurai was in there too because he.
You guys got his channel banned
Sorry.
and he paid money zero.
Yes, they got my channel banned for uploading that.
Just fix the thing.
It was great. It was the best birthday present my friends could ever get. Like really.
You were probably
Back
just
in the day.
laughing, knowing
Oh,
me.
yeah.
You were just like,
This is exactly what I wanted for my birthday. Oh man.
no, it's that guy. I don't like that
I was about to
I'm on a YouTube watch list. I'm fairly sure.
They have those?
Yeah. Oh, for sure they do. My
Oh,
name
yeah, that's
is
scary.
like if I put Canadian Jutsu on stuff, about 60% of the time I get flagged, and then I have to.
Christ.
Then I have to fight against it, and they usually drop it. It's only once where they ever gave me a strike, and it makes sense because it was a JoJo song, so. They
wait,
just...
you got a strike from that?
Oh yeah, no, I got a complete strike from that, and then I got a strike from one of my old Inuyasha episodes, which I fought back against and got it reinstated, which was really nice.
How do you guys fight back against that?
Huh.
Like this is the thing is their philosophy when it comes to this type of stuff is to make it so you feel as if you can't fight back against it. The idea that if you fight back, you're going to be in legal jeopardy or whatever. They prey on the fact, especially with smaller channels, that you will not claim back the video. And as soon as you claim back, they usually release it, or it just expires after 30 days.
Rapidash.
Why do I get
Yes,
this
do it.
feeling? Why do I get this feeling? Even at my own wedding, I'm not gonna even get a damn word in.
It's because we don't want to talk about drama, so we talk over you because you want to continue it. So
No, he wants to talk about
put it to
wrestling.
bed. Oh, he wants to talk about wrestling? Well, that definitely shut up.
No,
Hey,
no,
hey.
What
Don't
we-
you make
I
fun-
wasn't
don't you-
trying-
We're not making fun of wrestling, Doom.
make fun of
Oni's
fake
just
and-
not allowed to talk about wrestling.
He's not allowed to talk about it.
I
That's
wasn't even going to. I was actually just gonna talk random shit this time.
all. Well, then fucking speak up, asshole.
Why would if you shut your fucking Canadian mouth?
No, you just open your mouth. You're loud enough that
flaming
we'll all
unicorn.
fucking hear you, dude.
Okay, fine.
Guys, guys, let's focus on the flaming unicorn.
Which I just caught.
This is a fucking mess.
My dick.
Every
know
time,
what?
every time CJ shows up, he starts a fight with Oni.
This is a real fucking mess.
You know,
Let's just
You know-
settle this once and for all. Boxing match. It'll be better than Logan Paul versus KSI. Let's do
Hey,
it.
hey,
you know what?
No, honey. No, honey. No.
you know what? You
That
know
wasn't bad amateur boxing. Those,
what? I sit here like I kind of want this, but at the same time I was just like, no, you don't.
I already see. This is the thing. I already beat him as Cloud, so there's no.
Because you
there's no-
fucking cheated. That's
How?
what you did.
How did I cheat?
You, dude,
No.
played as
No.
Cloud. You
If you're
played
gonna
as
accuse me of cheating, how did I cheat?
that ain't cheat.
You guys should sell this in Fire Pro Wrestling.
yes.
I don't know what that
Yeah.
is.
Someone
Okay.
call SCR.
Fire Pro's actually.
We'll make
awesome.
we'll make it Hell in the Cell or whatever the hell they call it.
Fire Pro Wrestling is a wrestling game, CJ, for your information.
Hardwired.
It's
deathmatch.
what the new Russell City Gamers matches are used in.
Oh well, I lost like right at the beginning of that. I was like the first one out. during that Royal Rumble that we had. I was the first one to get axed.
Wait, which game were you playing?
Well, no, like
Okay,
Scott put us all like he put CPUs all in a ring together. And I was the first one out.
Yeah, he made us all in this game, and we call it Wrestle City Gamers, and it's just literally like, he lets the CPUs go nuts of us, and then he commentates over it.
Yeah.
Which
We're-
is really fun.
We're trying to make a belt.
I'm gonna be honest, I kind of ripped him off with a streamline with that. But instead of having us, I just had a bunch of cartoon and anime characters go at it.
Well, I mean, Kevin also has Amiibo Armageddon, which is kind of the same idea, but
Yeah, but I did the same game. So.
That's okay.
yeah.
Two people can have the same idea as long as it's not like you just took his video and then uploaded it as your own.
Yeah, that's fine.
Unless you alter it slightly in its original parody on the original parody, then it's
I
good.
was going to say,
Wow.
Okay.
actually, it's giving me an idea for Wrestle City Gamers universe.
Well,
Can I help Reddit? Because I actually have some great wrestling characters I need to pitch.
well, okay.
Well, the thing is, it's supposed to be
I
us,
got away with
right?
it.
It's supposed to be us, right?
Okay.
That's
Money in the
it's not
wrestling
like
jar.
random.
Okay,
Except for Booker T Virus.
guys.
He's
Booker
T-Fires, yes.
he's in everything.
and Hanako and a couple others. But anyways, I think I'm gonna end my stream here because I have to go to bed because I have to work in the morning. So thanks everybody for coming out. And who's online? Who else is streaming right now? Let's take a look and see. Let's see.
You should host Oni, because Oni never gets hosted, right, Oni?
Well, he's not streaming right now. Let's see. I read him the other time. Okay, so Game Attack is on again.
Oh, hi, Unreal.
So
mention Amiibo Armageddon.
So, guys, we are going to raid tonight Game Attack. They are... What are they streaming right now? Oh, they're doing achievement hunting in Apex Legends. So, if you want to check that out, the raid has begun. And Game Attack's has some great people from the ashes of Screw Attack. So if you're a fan of that, you probably like what these guys do. So check them out. And I am done for the night, and we'll see you guys on Thursday for, I don't know, I'll probably do another poll. See you then.
Night, night, baby.
Later.
Bye.